My name's Dave. I'm training for an ultramarathon in July and I've been given the opportunity to use the Wahoo Kick or Run. My training recently has been a mixture of trail running, road running and weight training, just to try and build up the strength in my joints and my legs to last the elevation. There's around 6,000 feet of elevation in this. So the road runs has been the kind of, not easier runs, but shorter runs during the week. And the trail runs have been more to mimic the actual terrain I'm going to be running on. And that's been all my long runs, so that's went anywhere from half marathons to ultra marathons. It's always outside in the streets or in the Highlands, just to try and be as close to what the actual race is going to be for it. So a nice mix of road and out in the Highlands. My initial reaction to the Wahoo Kick or Run was that it was very comfortable to run on, and the free run felt very seamless, and it did kind of react very fast to the change in my pace, and then with the incline it was very comfortable to run on. It definitely felt safe during the free run. It slows down as soon as you start to slow your pace down, so it doesn't feel like it's getting away from you at any point. It does feel like the whole time it's matching the pace that you're going at from speeding up, and then when you start to slow down it does come to a pretty good stop as well. The physical features on it I think are a lot more convenient. It definitely feels very accessible to hit the lever either up the speed of the incline rather than try to press buttons or use the quick options. I think the levers make it very accessible and doesn't break the form either when you're running, because it is very accessible for where your arms are likely going to be during the run. So I do like that feature. Personally, I preferred the minutes per mile or minutes per kilometre. Again, like I was saying, if you're looking to invest in that, then running is likely going to be more of a main interest for you. And when you're running, you're looking at pace, whether that's minutes per kilometre or minutes per mile. So that's how you'd be judging your run and how fast you're going. So that seems to line up more with if running is the main training focus or a big training focus, that's more likely how you're looking at tracking how fast you're going during your run and looking at your pace and your splits rather than a set speed. You'd be more looking at the pace per kilometre or pace per mile. In comparison, road running and running on trails, it can be a bit more wear and tear in your joints, and which can just add into recovery time. So that can add into the recovery time. That definitely felt a lot nicer in the joints. So I think if you are doing a lot of high mileage, that would probably be something that would be quite good to work in, just to try and give your joints a bit of a rest. Then you're still getting the miles and elevation, but a little less wear and tear. Yeah, using Zwift with it, the interactive side of it was good. It does distract you a bit from what you're doing. Personally, I preferred using it with Kino Maps. The third person with Zwift compared to first person with Kino Maps, personally I just preferred the first person view. It adds to the immersiveness of where you're running and does feel more like that is what you're running on rather than looking at an avatar. The incline and the speed matched up perfectly as well with what we were running. So it definitely, to me, synced up a lot better with Kino Maps. If it was for my own training, yes, I would buy the Kick or Run. For the reasons that I said before, I think it's comfortable to run on, but you can still get the mileage and a good elevation on it as well. So yeah, with both of them, because you can add your own routes as well, or they've got the preset routes, you could potentially run the route that you're training for, and then you can essentially prepare better, so you know when it's going to get hit a hard incline, or you know bits you can maybe up the pace a wee bit and when you should kind of dial back. So if it was for my own training, then yeah, it's definitely something I'd buy to incorporate into my own style. Yes, I would say it's worth the money for the price tag that's on it. My opinion is if you're looking at things in that price range, then running will be either a main hobby or like your main training. So you'd be looking for something you're going to get the best bang for your buck and get the most use out of it. And I think you can get that with the Wahoo Kickr run.